One Zambia, One Nation. Thanks for joining us on Zanis News. To present, my name is Juliet Mtale. Top stories in the news tonight. President Hichilema attends coronation of King Charles. Ronald Ross General Hospital in Mufulira in need of rehabilitation. Met installs automated weather satellite in Southern Province. Plus youths urged to take advantage of the vocation skills training. Zanis News in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema was today among world leaders and other dignitaries that witnessed the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla at the Westminster Abbey in London, United Kingdom. The head of state was seen off by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Stanley Kakubo and senior officials from the Zambian embassy based in the United Kingdom. Laxton Makoza reports from London that the presidential motorcade carrying President Hichilema and the First Lady Mutinta departed the hotel where the head of state is accommodated for Westminster Abbey at 08:20 hours local time. President Hichilema, who arrived in London, the capital of the United Kingdom, yesterday, 5th May 2023, for the historical coronation service of King Charles III. We move to Eastern Province. Labour and Social Security Minister Brenda Tambatamba says government has intensified labour inspections throughout the country to ensure employers adhere to labour laws. Sunday Walia reports from Chipata that Ms. Tambatamba said this when she paid a courtesy call on Paramount Chief Mpenzeni of the Ngoni people of Eastern Province.
Labour Minister Brenda Tambatamba has said that her office has intensified labour inspections throughout the country to ensure employers adhere to labour matters. She said this when she paid a courtesy call on Paramount Chief Mpenzeni of the Ngoni people in Chipata.
Accordingly, within the agenda of the New Dawn government of ensuring that we immediately focus on healing of the economy through economic transformation and creation of jobs, this ministry has a major role because it oversees all matters that relate to the human resource capital as it relates to the other social developments that are driven by this human resource to ensure that we promote that economic development for government to be able to deliver to its people. Royal Highness, we come on a mission to ensure that the decent work agenda is driven, and the decent work agenda also carries along with it the responsibility that comes with it of productivity, so that there's a win-win situation between the two players at work, the employers and the employees.
And Paramount Chief Mpenzeni of the Ngoni people welcomed the minister for her visit and shared his thoughts through and the minister later inspected Kwacha milling plant and Komako in Chipata and highlighted her findings about the two companies.
Besides updating ourselves now directly with the management, of course there are some of the issues that jump out that have come through reports that we also want to make sure that we dialogue about those ones as well, and together as a collective, other than two maybe of our team being here, we agree on milestones to ensure that that better place is achieved.
Kwacha Milling Plant Managing Director Salim Mita and Komako General Manager Smith Kapeya shared their views to the minister.
We've learned a lot. We are still learning. We will abide as we get along. Some of the things, yes, we have faltered. Some of the things we are compliant. NEMA, NAPSA, workmen's compensation.
We have 308 workers. And as Komako, we are working with over 250,000 households across the country. So this year alone, we are investing about $14 million into commodity buying for us to buy all the grains in terms of soybeans, maize, and all those things.
For Zanis in Chipata, Eastern Province, I am Sunday Warrior.
Thank you, Sunday, for that report. We now move to the Copperbelt province, where Provincial Minister Elisha Matambo has implored mining and exploration firms to take advantage of the Copperbelt Motor Show to buy vehicles and other equipment used in their operations. Speaking during the launch of the first ever Copperbelt Motor Show in Kitwe today, Mr. Matambo said the show allows the mining sector to stay up to date with the latest technology and advancement in the industry, as well as promoting tourism. He said government is committed to supporting the development of the automotive and motoring shows because of the important role such events play in promoting innovation, entrepreneurship, tourism, and building business linkages. And Lusaka Motor Show Managing Director Bobby Sai said the show has potential to boost the growth of the mining sector and ultimately economic growth, as it creates a one-stop center where all these vehicles and mining equipment can be accessed from. Earlier, Indo-Zambia Bank Relationship Manager Corporate Services, Margaret Piri, said her bank offers flexible and affordable car and other loans to enable individuals and corporate companies purchase motor vehicles of their choice.
Invited guests, mining and exploration firms should take advantage of this event, as it is a one-stop shop for their vehicle and transportation needs. This is due to the fact that the show offers a wide range of vehicles, including cars, trucks, buses, bikes, boats, tires, leasing, insurance, other heavy-duty equipment that mining firms require for their operations. By attending the show, mining firms can compare different models and brands and choose the best vehicles for their needs, all at one place. Copperbelt Motor Show also offers networking opportunities where mining firms can meet with dealers and suppliers.
The show you have come to witness today is a target for individuals, SMEs, corporates, and being in the Copperbelt, the mining sector as well. Individuals attending today look at their dream vehicles. SME look at their automobiles, support their trade. Corporates to sustain business. And mining sector to compare and expand their operations accordingly. This ultimately ensures the growth of the making industry at large, and it's about creating one-stop shop for customers with best bargains of vehicles, accessories, be what they need.
As Indo-Zambia Bank, we understand that reliable financial partners provide financial safety, easy access to funding, and overall financial peace of mind. The Copperbelt and the Northern region at large, being a mining hub, aligns with the premise of the motor show. It provides an opportunity for Indo-Zambia Bank to come as a strategic financial partner. Honorable Minister, furthermore, Indo-Zambia Bank remains firmly grounded to its core value of striving for excellence in service of delivery to customers and acting with the highest level of integrity in all our workings.
And in our health segment, Copperbelt Permanent Secretary Augustine Kasongo has called for urgent need to rehabilitate Ronald Ross General Hospital in Mufulira district, which is currently in a dilapidated state. Mr. Kasongo said the government will commence rehabilitation of the facility using Constituency Development Fund CDF, following an agreement by the three constituencies in the district to contribute a total of 4,500,000 kwacha. Rachel Chisulu filed in this report.
Copperbelt Permanent Secretary Augustine Kasongo says there is urgent need to rehabilitate Ronald Ross General Hospital in Mufulira to prevent further damage of hospital equipment. Mr. Kasongo visited the hospital, which had its entire roof blown off in February this year due to weakening of the roofing materials caused by age.
is what is supposed to be main ICU. Yeah, otherwise, once it's started worked on, even the burden of us, referring to Keto Central will be the thing of the past.
The permanent secretary commended the initiative taken by the 3 constituencies in Mufulira to contribute a total of 4.5 million kwacha from Constituency Development Fund CDF to rehabilitate the roof, but called for collaboration by stakeholders to enable complete rehabilitation of the hospital.
As we start undertaking these works, we need to look at priority areas. I've noticed that around there, if we don't quickly work on the roof, and if we are to go in the current situation where it is, we do another rainy season, it will mean the washing machines will be damaged, and those are expensive pieces of equipment.
Earlier, the permanent secretary interacted with heads of government departments in Mufulira to appreciate their challenges. Rachel Chisulo, reporting for Zanis in Mufulira.
Meanwhile, in Lusaka province, Munali Member of Parliament Mike Mposha has given Lusaka City Council a 21-day ultimatum in which to correct encroachment activities taking place at Grips Clinic, which is currently under construction in Munali constituency. Mr. Mposha, who is also Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, said this today when he inspected works at Grips Clinic, where he found part of the land reserved for the construction of the clinic has been encroached. Jens Malumba has the details.
He was in his constituency inspecting different developmental projects. Munali Member of Parliament Mike Mposha inspected the construction of Grips Clinic being constructed under the 2020-2021 Constituency Development Fund CDF. Mr. Mposha, who is also Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, is impressed with the works done so far and gives more details on the construction of this health facility.
The total cost put together, it's almost about 1.5 million kwacha to do all this project, and I'm happy that this facility will also have a maternity wing, a delivery wing with running water. As you can see, we already have the elevated tank there, already constructed. What remains is to drill a borehole here and connect to this building. So I'm happy that this compound, this community groups compound, will now have a health center.
The minister was, however, disappointed that some people have started encroaching the land. He has since issued an ultimatum to the Lusaka City Council to correct the situation here.
There's a second boundary wall here where some youths have sold this piece of land, which is part of the clinic, to allow this gentleman there to extend into the land for the health center. Now, for my colleagues from the council, I think the president is on record and this government is on record that we shall not tolerate lawlessness. What is wrong, whether it's being spearheaded by any political party. A wrong is a wrong. All the encroachments on this land must be dealt with in the next 3 weeks. I'm only giving you 21 days. Sort out this boundary wall, sort out all the shops that have encroached on this facility.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
Still on health issues, the Lusaka Provincial Health Office has launched mobile health care services as part of the commemoration of the Nurses Week and International Nurses Day that falls next week. The mobile clinics targeting various communities in Lusaka started on 5th and will run through until International Nurses Day on 12 May 2023. Here are the details.
They are queuing to access a free healthcare service that has come to their doorstep. As a build-up to the commemoration of the International Nurses Day that falls on 12 May, the Lusaka Provincial Health Office has launched mobile clinics around Lusaka, beginning at Zanako head office. Zambia Union of Nurses Secretary General Flame Mijelo relates with this year's theme and is encouraging members of the public to make use of the mobile clinics.
The theme for this year's International Nurses Day is Our Nurses, Our Future. And as you know, that Nurses Day is celebrated throughout the world, globally. This day, the 12th of May, is the remembrance of the Florence Nightingale, the mother of modern nursing.
Lusaka Province Chief Nursing Officer Georgina Chipowe highlighted some of the services being offered.
So we have brought services to the doorstep, and these include prostate cancer screening, cervical cancer screening, eye services or eye screening. We are also doing BP checkups and blood sugar checkups. We have also gone ahead to look at the ears. We are checking the hearing.
The people are elated by the gesture.
So I appreciate the nurses because they brought in new information and just confirmed for me that I'm healthy, I'm good to go.
Mataka, reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
Zanis News continues. Mumbwa Central Member of Parliament, Credo Nanjua, says that Chikanda Rural Health Post in Mumbwa District, which has not been operational since 2019 when it was built, will only be handed over when complementary infrastructure is built and the facility is connected to solar power. Mr. Nanjua, who is also Central Province Minister, said that there is need to build a maternity wing, staff housing, and to connect the facility to solar power in line with a presidential directive to ensure that the health facilities are able to provide basic health services. More in this report.
This is Chikanda Health Post in Nalusanga Ward of Mumbwa Central constituency. Construction of this health post was completed in 2019. But 4 years later, the health post has not been operationalized because the construction works did not include a staff house. Government, with the use of the 2022 CDF funds, has built this house and an incinerator at the facility. Mumbwa Central constituency Member of Parliament, Credo Nanjua, who is also Central Province Minister, has toured the area to monitor the works. Justeva Agro Marketing is the contractor that carried out the works.
As you are able to see there, with a sum of 420,000 kwacha, and we managed to work within that budget to complete the house.
District Health Director Clementina Piri is confident that the facility will help improve access to healthcare services in the area.
In this facility to enable people to access health facilities here, because they were going either to Kapepe, Nakanjoli, or even Lungowe Clinic, which are all of them above 20 kilometers from here.
So people whom I represent, they have been suffering a lot. Since this area was called the area of people, they will know this facility.
Mr. Nanjua, however, notes that the project is not yet ready for handover.
The work, according to the President's directive, is not yet complete. We need to put another flat, one semi-detached flat. We need to put the maternity wing, and we have to reticulate the water. So, solar system, we have to do all this for it to be ready now for handover. Otherwise, we are very happy, and since money is available, we are ready to complete this project.
Hlupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Mumbwa District, Central Province.
Government has promised to address the challenges that farmers at the palm oil outgrowers company in Kanchibia district of Muchinga province. Muchinga province Minister Henry Sikazwe cited lack of access to fertilizer by farmers as some of the challenges that need urgent attention. The minister said this yesterday during the official opening of the first palm oil outgrowers company field day that took place in Kampofi village in Kanchibia district. Here are the details by Pamela Inambao.
They were awarded for being the best outgrower farmers during the first ever field day for Oil Palm Outgrowers Company Limited. and Oil Palm Outgrower Company Limited board chairperson Chance Kabaye during the event appealed to government to ensure the challenges faced by these outgrower farmers are looked into.
We do not have facilities, we don't even have housing for our extension staff within OPO. The other thing, guest of honor, is really just a basic requirement for a hybrid crop, which a palm is a hybrid crop, for it to continue growing and giving you good results, and that is fertilization of the palm crop.
Meanwhile, Muchinga Province Minister Henry Skazwe says government is alive to the many challenges outgrower farmers are facing in the area.
I also want to welcome the plans for OPO on which areas need immediate attention so as to open up remote areas to attract private investment. I've heard that the farmers did not receive their fertilizers for the palm oil. I will take up this matter with relevant authority and revert back to you soon. I like the way outgrowers have innovated through the use of mulching.
The traditional leadership were also in attendance.
We witnessed the positive strides, and with no doubt that this manifests itself in the good governance. Initially, when we started, there were only 2 chiefs who allocated land over 20,000 hectares, but this has now been rolled over to other chiefs.
I want to thank government and the traditional leadership for allowing us to grow these palms, which will improve our lives once we start harvesting.
The event that took place in Kapumfi village in Senior Chief Kopa's chiefdom was celebrated under the theme Inclusive Economic Transformation. Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Kanchibia District, Muchinga Province.
In education news, government has relaunched production units for schools in Pulungu districts with a challenge on education authorities to expand their fields. Pulungu District Commissioner Gerhard Skazwe, who officiated at the relaunch of the program, says production units have the capacity to help schools become self-sustaining. Christine Miselu has more in this report.
Production units play a critical role not only in helping schools generate extra income for their operations, but also help pupils acquire hands-on experience in agriculture. The Ministry of Education in Mpulungu, which has relaunched the production unit, is encouraging all schools to engage in this adventure.
The audience that you see, these are head teachers from 105 schools in Mpulungu. Because of our population, sir, we are a lot of us. Once this is launched, we believe and trust that we are going to have a different picture and a perception of our staff and also even the learners themselves. We are also going to have a different group of learners who are going to have a different way of thinking after they leave school. And in whatever way they leave school, we know that they'll be productive wherever they'll be.
The district administration in Mpulungu also wants schools to take production units seriously.
Government desire to drive the economic development agenda of the country through revamping production unit in schools. The only thing we need to do is to have a change of mindset as key drivers. And these key drivers are head teachers. Once you produce more, this country will be economically empowered.
And schools in the district also acknowledge the importance of production units.
As a Mpulungu Boarding Secondary School, we are involved in a lot of activities when it comes to production unit. We have poultry farming, goats, crop production, as well as keeping pigs. Production can be okay. We may have the food that we can give to our learners. Hence, the institution becoming a self-sustaining.
Christine Mselu, reporting for Zanis in Mpulungu.
Thank you, Christine, for that report from Pulungu. We move back to Central Province, where police have apprehended 11 prohibited immigrants who were hiding in a house in Kapiri-Mposhe district. Central Province Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanakampwe says the 11 of Ethiopian nationality were apprehended in an operation following the arrest of 27 others who were arrested in Chisamba district last week. Mr. Monacampe said police were led to the house belonging to Kenan Chishila, age 26, by a suspect only known as Nsama. He stated the 11 who were destined for South Africa entered the country through Nakonde border in a container that was carrying cooking oil. He stated that Chishila who is reported to have been harboring the suspects, revealed that the main agent is a Mr. Piri of Lusaka. It is disclosed that Mr. Piri usually sends money to feed the prohibited immigrants and transport to ferry them to Lusaka before proceeding to South Africa.
A couple of weeks ago, police in the Central Province, Chisamba district to be precise, did arrest actually about 27 illegal immigrants and one male suspect, Mr. Nsama, today led police officers again to a house in Kapirimposhi where 11 illegal immigrants were being harbored. And I wish to confirm that the house is belonging to a male, Mr. Kigan Chishila, of one house number that is unmarked in Kapiri. And the following illegal immigrants have been picked. A male aged 28, a Mr. Lefamo, a Mr. Gima, a Mr. Masekuru, a Mr. Nangeso, Damachu, Mr. Daniel, age 25, a Mr. Wade, and also a Mr. Chakebo. Now, all these 11 illegal immigrants are of Ethiopian origin. You may wish to know that we have made a vow that we will not allow this province to be used as a conduit of illegalities. And as such, we commend our men and women in uniform, our colleagues from the police service for the job well done, but also members of the public who are tipping the police when they see illegalities. Remember that police do not work alone, they work with members of the public to again encourage the members of the public not to watch illegalities being fomented and orchestrated by people who want to perpetuate such kind of illegalities. So whenever they see such, they must immediately report to law enforcers.
And finally in the news, a former student of Muoyo Youth Resource Skills Training Center in Nanolo district of Western Province has urged his fellow youths to take advantage of the vocational skills training being offered at the institution. Lubinda Imasiku, who is now the director of Lirato Construction General Dealers and a beneficiary of the Constituency Development Fund, Constituency Development Fund Community Projects component, has thanked the government for empowering and uplifting the livelihood of many people in rural areas through CDF. Here are the details.
Luwinda Imasiku of Nalolo district is among the many youth in the country who have benefited from the youth resource skills training centers dotted around the country. Imasiku, who is a former student of Moyo Youth Resource Skills Training Center, is now the director of Lilato Construction General Dealers and was awarded the contract of constructing a 1x2 classroom block at Sinungu Primary School in Nalolo West Bank under the CDF community projects. He has since thanked the government for recognizing his campaign.
I would want to thank the government for the CDF and empowering the youths by taking them to the resource center where they earn their skills. And I also want to encourage some fellow youths that please don't miss this opportunity. Take it. It is yours and it is going to benefit you.
And Nalolo Town Council Director of Works, Festus Kakana, has commended Imasiku for maximizing the opportunity that the government has created under the CDF.
This project that is behind me has been constructed by one of our students who was trained in bricklaying. And after being trained, of course, he already had a company. He maximized of the opportunity and applied, and he was awarded this contract under labor-based. So we want to encourage youths in our district to maximize on this opportunity.
Meanwhile, Nalolo District Commissioner Namatama Mopo, who was in Nalolo West Bank to monitor CDF projects, has expressed happiness with the works executed by the youth-led campaign.
I'm so proud because people usually say, no, when they go for skills, the government does not empower them with whatever. Here we are. We're talking about a young man who has been trained, who has gone for skills training in Moyo, Nalolo district. He is here now. And he has employed also others. He has become an employer now.
Sifwe Mangala for Zanis News in Nalolo District, Western Province.
We've come to the end of tonight's bulletin, but before we go, let's recap on the headlines. President Hichilema attends coronation of King Charles. Ronald Ross General Hospital in Mufulira in need of rehabilitation. Met installs automated weather satellite in Southern Province. Plus, youths urged to take advantage of the vocation skills training. Thank you so much for staying with us on behalf of the entire Zanis production team. My name is Juliet Mdelasing. Bye-bye.